So let me get it recording. All right, we are recording, and I just want to send a great big congratulations out to these rock stars that are part of our team for their amazing January. All of these ladies worked their business super hard in January and were in the top in our entire organization, and they all reached that $3,000 or above level for the new spring products. So we are super excited to hear a little bit about their success tonight and what they find helps them continue to be successful in their business. So we're going to let each one of them introduce themselves, and we'll start with Alexis tonight. And Alexis actually was our #1 seller with over $5,000 submitted in January. Alexis, was that your best month ever?
That was my best month ever, yes.
Yay! Personal best. So congratulations. Good job. You were just introduce yourself and tell a little bit about how long you've been in the business and what your business looks like.
Okay. My name is Alexis Blake. I've been a Pampered Chef consultant for about a year and 10 months. I started off doing more live shows, and then I moved to another state, and so I really built my virtual show business, and I've started offering doing live cooking demos in those because I had more time, and so my virtual shows have really gone through the roof. But I've recently started building my live shows in the area, and I really feel like that I'm going to progress in that aspect soon. So I'm looking forward to that. Was there anything else that you wanted me to say?
That is perfect, perfect, perfect. So you started with live, and because of your move, you moved to virtual, and now you're kind of doing both.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Good, thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay, Carrie, you want to go next?
Yes.
Okay.
What was I supposed to do again? No, just kidding. I'm Carrie. I've been a consultant for, is it 6 years? 6 years, I think. Or is this my 7th year? It's been a long time.
It has. It's been many years.
But I'm recycled too, so that counts, right?
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, for almost about 8, maybe 9 years. I started out live shows only. And with my husband's new job, he's gone pretty much 2 weeks every single month. So I've had to kind of step back to figure out what I'm going to do. And I'm about 50-50. So 50% of my shows are done virtually and 50% are the in-home cooking shows.
Okay. Wonderful. Great. Anything specific that you find with virtual shows that helps those be successful? No,
definitely going
live.
Yep. Definitely going live, demoing the product. And it's nice to be in my own kitchen. And if I've got somebody asking a question about something, I can pretty much just grab it out of a cabinet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I love that.
I did it last night. It was awesome.
And it's a little more personal.
It is.
That obviously is working for both of you. Good. All right. Miss Carol, you ready to tell us about you?
I am.
Okay.
My name is Carol Pritchard, and I live in Jacksonville, North Carolina. I am a second timer with Pampered Chef. I did Pampered Chef up at Cherry Point for probably 6 years. And then my husband retired and we moved away, and I just didn't find the click. And so I stepped back and we moved here in September, and in January of 2019, I was put in a situation where I had to replace my whole entire kitchen. So I said, I'm going to join. I shot for the stars last time. I hit every one of my bonuses, and I said, I know I can do it again. So I typed up a short little message, and I emailed it to just a couple people, waited for them to respond. I would say it was probably about 50-50. And then I reached out to a couple more people, and I've got shows taking me through April now.
Awesome. So, yeah. So it
Yeah.
sounds like those contacts, reaching out to people again and again and again, was
Mhm.
definitely a secret to your success.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Good
I
job.
was just real with them. I was just totally real with them, Dawn. Because the situation that I was in, that's the only way I could do it. I
Mhm.
just had to be raw and real.
Yep. And you know what? I think people love that. They want to know who we are. They want
Yep.
us to peel off the skin of that onion and just show them who we are.
Yeah.
You know, that's awesome. Good job. So awesome first month. You've
Yep.
set that bar. Now it's time to go. Good job. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Hey, Misty.
Hey, sorry.
That's okay. That is okay. We're glad you're here. We just thought we'd go ahead and get started, and I knew you'd come in, and what we're doing is just a quick introduction. So tell us who you are, how long you've been in the business, and a little bit about what your business looks like. Is it virtual? Is it live? What does your business look like?
Okay. I was with Pamper Chef, probably about 15 years ago, maybe, and just for fun. And I ended up not doing it anymore because I was going to school and, all that kind of good stuff. And I went to a show at a friend's house, and I've always loved Pamper Chef products, and Aaron was doing the show, of course, and actually I think Alexis was there to observe Aaron that night, if I remember correctly. So I just signed up like on the spot pretty much. I mean, she just called me the next day, and I just kind of went off from there. And I don't even remember what year that was, but I think might have been 16 or 17, I think. But anyway, then I hit a rough patch. Me and my husband split, and it was rough. And instead of like diving into my business, I just kind of went inward. And but I did start back in the business. I signed back up again in September, and then I still couldn't get motivated. And then Aaron couldn't figure out how to get me motivated, which that's a hard one. And then so anyway, somehow or another, finally, I know what it was. It was when we were doing bowls for Christmas. We said do our little bowls, and I love that. And so in one day, I sold 32 sets of bowls. 32 sets, not 32 bowls, 32 sets.
Good job.
In one day. So that was a very good motivation, So I was like, okay, I'm going to get back in this. And so ever since then, I've been doing it. And but I try to keep my why in front of my face all the time. My son is in private school, and I want to keep him there. And my business, that's what it's going to pay for.
Okay.
And I have chosen, when I go to my shows, I don't ask people to come to me, but I do tell people why I'm in the business. I tell them that I love the products, and all that. But I make sure that I'm offering the business, but I kind of do it in a different way, because I say that I'm sure that there's somebody here that needs money for something, and you may not want to share. Mm-hmm. And so, if you do, message me, and I can, share more information with you, because I feel like if you are real and they see a person that, hey, she's struggling, this is her second job, she needs money, then okay, I can say I need money. It's okay.
Yeah, good.
So I do it kind of that way instead of, but, and then I haven't recruited anybody yet, but that's where my weakness is. But but for starting out, I just, like she said, I'm real. And my customers, that's what they like.
Yep, that's right.
They like to be real. But I do virtual and I do in-home.
Okay.
I will tell you, I'm working on my virtual, but I've had some good trainings lately.
Great. Good, good, good. Well, thank you for sharing. And since you talked a little bit about your personal goals and your why, let's just hear a little bit. Do each of you have some personal business goals that you're working towards? Yeah. So tell me, Alexis, how important is it for you and your success to have those personal business goals? How have you found that to be helpful?
Well, especially for me this past month, I mean, I definitely set the goal, and I'll be honest, earning the free product was definitely like, it was in my mind. I earned the Quick Cooker last year for free, and I was stoked. And I didn't quite get there in December to get all of it, but my goal was $3,000. When I hit $3,000, my next goal was $4,000. When I hit $4,000, my next goal was $5,000, and I made that before I went to bed, the night before the first. And I think for me, I was there. I needed to push myself, and I want to make director in the next year. I've had some changes in my personal life. I've been cutting hair for 19 years, and I'm no longer going to be able to physically do that at the level that I want to. And so I am going to do what I can to move my business in the direction that it needs to go. So yeah, I definitely, I have, and a free vacation wouldn't be bad either. Well, earned.
An earned vacation. There you go. There you go. Yes. Perfect. And Alexis, what I love that you just said is that you set a goal based on those free products. And I think that's always helpful, to have something that you're reaching for. But what I heard you say is that when you reach that, you didn't sit down and say, okay, I did it, I'm done. You said, oh, I'm there. Let me stretch again. And that's the secret to success in this business, is that you continue to stretch yourself. Awesome. So Carrie, tell us, what was your goal in January, and how did that help you achieve what you achieved with over 3,500 in sales?
So I'm kind of laughing at that because I didn't technically set a goal for myself, but I set a goal for my hosts. So I guess in turn I set the goal for myself, but it was them.
Sure.
But I only had 3 shows in January, and each of them had a goal set of $1,000, and each of them reached that goal.
That's
it
awesome.
was interesting, but every single one of all 3 of them reached a goal of 1,000, 1,000 plus. But I definitely know that my goal setting, I have to set goals or I won't do anything. It has to be, I have to set it to do something.
It keeps you focused.
It felt great for them to have that kind of party, didn't it?
It did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I think I'm more happier about it than our host.
Well, and I think that is so true, that when we do focus on other people, then we also succeed at the same time. So, how cool that you were really focused on your host goals and helping them get where they wanted to get. And guess what? Here you are succeeding in your business right alongside that.
Yep.
Awesome. Carol, how about you?
For me, I knew I wanted the free products, and I knew that I had 4 shows on my calendar for my very first month. And I didn't want to set myself up for disappointment at all. So my first show that I had, when I did Pampered Chef long time ago, she had been a hostess for me before. And so I knew that I could really shoot high because I knew her. And we had over $1,000 show. And I was like, oh my goodness, how can I do this again? What's going to happen? Because I had 4 shows on my calendar. And so I set my levels for level 1, and I hit it for the free products. And then level 2, that one I hit right away. So then I went for all of it. And I was like, the very last day, I was like, oh, Lori, I don't know if I'm going to hit it. I'm close, but I don't know. And she just kept in touch with me and kept supporting me. And I was just real again with my host. And I'm like, if you guys hit this, I'm going to hit this. And my last 2 hosts of January were out working to get more free stuff for them, but knowing that they were helping me too. So
that's so cool.
Yeah, it was just amazing.
And one thing I heard you say, Carol, is that you stayed in touch with your director. And I think that is so important, because that's what your directors are there for. And also other people on the team. We are all there to cheer each other on. And that helps move you forward when somebody else is in your court and they're pushing you forward. So good job setting that goal and not giving up on it. Even till the very end, not giving up. And Alexis, I heard you say that, right before you went to bed, on the last day of the month, you were still pushing up till the end and not giving up. Awesome. So, I don't want to just let all of you share with me, where did your bookings come from? Because we all know that bookings come from different places. Bookings come from our shows. Bookings come from us making contacts. Picking up the phone and doing customer care. And bookings come from our list of 100 or our launch list. So, Misty, where did your bookings come from in January? How were you able to fill your calendar with shows?
I had one that was a bridal shower, but the post that you made about me being number 3 or 4, I can't remember which one it was, that actually stemmed a almost $1,500 party.
Wow! Yeah.
Yeah, it was the one that I was talking about. It was a girl. Her house flooded, and she was from Pilotsville, and she had all this Pampered Chef, and she lost all her stones and everything because you can't clean them. You know what I mean? They were in that water, and so she did a wish list. Like not a registry, but that, I called my cousin, and I was like, I just really need you. And that's who was here tonight. I was trying to finish up that. And then, I had some teachers that commented on your post. And so I was like, I messaged some of them. I'm like, we need to just get together, and so they did. I mean, like my teachers from middle school and a few from elementary school. And I mean, it ended up turning into a $800 party.
Awesome. So good job. So social media presence.
Yeah.
And then you following up.
And then what Carol said, I didn't really want to do this, but I did, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna put this out here. I was just like, I need $100 to meet my goal, because I was $100 away from $3,000, and I wanted that because that product was going to be on the front of the book. Yep. It was on there, and I wanted it, and I was going to get it. And so one of my teachers, she messaged me. She ordered a little bit more, and then like a little bit later, she ordered a little bit more. But I was there, and then somebody that I didn't even know was going to order went on there and ordered a personal order. So I was like, yep,
That's great. That is great. Good. So it sounds like, really just being in tune to what's going on social media, and then personally reaching out to people.
Yeah.
Not just expecting them to come to you, but personally reaching out. Good job. Alexis, how about you? Where do your bookings come from?
Let's see. I did a fundraiser for cheerleaders for a high school, and that booking came from a virtual show that I did in December. Mm-hmm. And that was the only show that I had pre-booked before January 1st, just so you know that.
Wow.
I did the booking blitz, and I needed that. I needed to push myself. I went ahead and said I was volunteered to be team leader, and I was going to get it. And so let's see, my other bookings, I actually several of them are going to go toward I never gave up on these people. I had one that I had mailed a hose packet in the past, and she never did anything. But she had placed an order when we were doing the deals for December, and I was like, look, you can earn this free product in January, and she ended up signing up as a recruit during as we closed her virtual show. Another one was an old customer of mine. I think that she had commented on a recipe that I had posted on Facebook. I actually didn't give up on my fiance's dad's fiance. I had been on her since we moved in August to book a show, and my mother actually had her first virtual show.
Wow.
I was not, and then I also did a virtual show for someone that contacted me about her stones that lived in Pollocksville, North Carolina, that got flooded in Hurricane Florence. And, initially she didn't really grasp onto the fact of how much we could earn, but, earning that, she did over $1,000 show. So earning that $430 or over $400 in free product, it was like very gratifying feeling to be able to help her earn that, knowing that she lost everything.
Yes. That is awesome. Good job. And you know what I love that I heard you say? I didn't give up on people. Because how many times do people tell us no, and we just take that as a no, not ever?
Right.
And it's really just a no, not now. So don't give up. You keep asking and keep offering the opportunity for them to enjoy that, and listen to those opportunities where you can do something for somebody, that you can provide a service for somebody. Awesome. Thank you. Carol, I know you talked about how you reached out to people because it was your first month. So great. Thank you for that. Carrie, how about you? Where are your bookings coming from?
So all three of my January bookings actually came from a vendor event that I did at the beginning of December. Typically I have trouble. It's an event that I've done for 4 years, and typically I have issues booking for January. I'm in Northern Virginia. I do a lot of my business in Maryland. As far as the weather goes, things don't happen very often in January up here. But I did catch myself this year not even mentioning the weather, and if they started to mention the weather, I got them sidetracked, so we got them on the books. 2 of them were actually virtual parties. One of them was the in-home show, and that's on. And well, no, that would be a lie. I do get a lot of bookings from vendor events. I think I do 4 of the bigger events throughout the year, the 3 to 4 day events. But I get the bookings from shows. I have one I'm doing this month that booked off of one of the virtual parties last month. But I just thought it was kind of cool that I had 3 in 1 month from back.
Yeah. And you know what? Again, you never know when they're going to come through, and it's about that consistent follow-up. And I think follow-up is one of the keys to success in this business. Yeah. So we've been about 30 minutes, and I wanted to keep it short and sweet. So what I'd like to end with tonight, because you are all superstars, and I am so proud of you for starting your year off with such a strong month. And you are such wonderful role models for our entire team. So thank you for taking your time to share with everybody tonight. What I'd like to end with is each of you sharing just quickly one piece of advice that you would offer to other consultants on how they can be successful and meet their personal goals with their Pampered Chef business. So who would like to start with that?
I'll go.
All right. Go ahead, Carol.
For me, because it was my first month in the situation that I was in from the hurricane, I knew what I had to do. And I knew that the key to it from working the business before was my hostess coaching. And not so much the word coaching, but just working together with my hostess as a team, because all of my parties have been online. All of my parties through April are all scheduled to be online. So I knew that I had to keep the communication open. I had to let her know what I was going to give her and what she could expect from me. And that together, if we set our goals, we could reach them if we work together as a team.
I love that. And host coaching is so important, and that you're exactly right. Host coaching is a partnership. It's when the two of you team up together to make it fun, make it successful, make it a win-win for everybody that's involved. Not only you and the host, but the guest as well. So good for you for starting that partnership right from the get-go. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
All right, who else is ready to share?
I'll share.
Okay, Misty.
This is something personally that I do. Like if I'm really not having any shows or having any luck, so like for new people that are starting out, I supply the recipe ingredients, but I also choose the recipe. So I'll just say, if you have the party, usually the host has to, provide the ingredients, but I'll do it. I'll do a party for free. I'll bring the ingredients, and cook it. And they're not used to that because we usually send them an ingredients list, so that's just something that I do, but I do make sure that I say this is not, something that Pampered Chef consultants usually do, because I don't want them ever to expect it from somebody else, and say, well, Misty did this, and I just make sure they know that's part of my personal business, it's not from Pampered Chef, but I mean, a lot of times, and I've also hosted parties in my home, opened up my home to have parties when I was trying to get started, when people say, I don't have enough room, my house is not clean, or so that you can run out of excuses when you got food and you got the place to have it at. Okay, just invite your friends and show up.
And you don't even have to leave home when you do.
Right.
And a lot of consultants don't know that. Yeah.
It helps me. I don't have to pack my mess and go.
Yeah. And that's perfect, to be able to open up your home, and you can do shows as often as you want, guys. Whether you're hosting or whether you're just letting somebody use your house. And incentives are always a great temporary fix.
Yeah.
Temporary problem. If you are struggling with some area in your business, offer an incentive. Those things always will help you build that area. And then just like potty training children, when that area gets the way you want it to be, you drop that incentive back. And you've got those bookings that you're looking for. So good job doing what you need to do to make that goal. So you're saying that goal is important, and I'm going to do whatever I have to do to make it.
Yeah, because you'll get it back. I mean, because you use the product, or you'll get whatever the free stuff is. But if you have a great party or whatever, you might have a drawing, and you may give away something that you don't let them. I wouldn't do a mystery host or whatever, not until you see what you're working with.
Yep. Good advice. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who's next?
I can go.
Thanks, Alexis.
My biggest advice is to take advantage of the training and the directors. I will tell you, a lot of my success this month has been a compiling of all of the opportunities that you guys give us doing these Zoom meetings and doing the training. And, I find myself being more confident and knowing what to say. And I feel like knowing what to say is one of the biggest things, because, if you have to overthink it, then you might miss your mark. And, I found myself saying so many words that I've gotten from you, Dawn, and then I've gotten from Erin Nicole Chase, from Tony Sparrow, from Carla Owens and Ann Harrison, and all those directors that have been in business for so many years. I found myself saying those words, and I found that it made me more confident as a consultant.
Awesome.
Just doing the virtual training, doing your training, learning from the people that know what to do and listening and actually applying it.
Mm-hmm. And you know, another thing is figuring out how to put yourself in that. You know, she didn't say, I just listened to what Dawn said and I did exactly what she said. She said, I listened to this one and this one and this one, and I brought all that together. But the training that's available is amazing, all throughout Pampered Chef, and taking advantage of that. I love what she said, is it helped build her confidence. Yeah. And I think when people see confidence in you, then they are drawn to you. They want you to be their consultant. They want to work with you because they feel secure in that relationship. So good job. Thank you for sharing. All right, Miss Carrie, you're last. What advice would you like to give tonight?
Don't give up. Keep at it. You know, you hit a wall, you figure out a way around it. At least that's what I do. And it's okay to fly by the seat of your pants sometimes, because that's my life. That's how I do it.
You just work with what you're given, don't you?
Exactly. And I'm serious, guys. Like, I literally fly by the seat of my pants pretty much every day of my life here lately. So, and follow up. Follow up is a big thing. I've been horrible at it in the past, and I'm finding, especially the past week and a half, making those phone calls, getting people on the phone. If they don't answer the phone, put them back on the list. Call them again. You know, you're eventually going to get them on the phone, or they're going to call you back because they want to know what you have to tell them. So, but just keep at it.
Mm-hmm. Build the suspense, and they are going to want to hear what you got to share. And you're so right, Carrie. You know, just never give up. You know, I just said that to somebody else recently. They said, I am afraid that I'm going to fail. And the only way you fail in this business is when you quit.
Yep.
You know, every day you get up and you have a clean slate. You know, say you haven't done those customer care calls, or you've not followed up like you needed to. Don't worry about that. Get up today and start fresh. What am I going to do today? Alexis, here's.
Somebody just brought me a glass of wine.
There you go. She's celebrating. Well, guys, I just want to say thank you so much again for sharing just a little peek inside your secret to success. Congratulations to all of you. Keep on doing what you're doing, because it is working. And we look forward to celebrating you again and again and again. So thank you for your time tonight. And again, congratulations. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Y'all too.
Bye.
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.
Alexis, come right back.